In this video, we're going to talk about tonic and dominant chords and the magical 7. I'm going to start by defining what a tonic and a dominant is. If you saw my major scale video, you probably already know this. The tonic is the first note of a scale. So, for example, because there are no black keys, you want to keep it simple, I'm going to start on C. If C is the tonic, our tonic chord, our one chord, Roman numeral 1, is going to be the C major chord. The dominant note is the 5th scale degree. So in this case, it's G. When we build a dominant chord, we're going to start with a G major triad. But the part of a dominant chord that makes it really magical is adding a 7. So we start with 1, 3, 5, and we're going to add an F. Remember that G major has an F sharp in its key signature. This F is not sharp. This F belongs to the key signature of C major. So that's what we have to be thinking about. 1, 3, 5, and 7. That's a dominant chord. Dominant 7 chords are really, really powerful in songwriting because they pull you back into the one chord. And that's an inversion. You can invert your chord in lots of different ways as long as you're using the same tones, 1, 3, 5, and 7. So if I wanted to do G, B, D, and put my F down here, I can do that. If I wanted to do B, D, F, G, I could do that. If I wanted to take out the 5th, I could do that too. As long as this note is here, and this note is here. Because this combination from F to B is an interval called a tritone. It's the distance between a perfect 5th and a perfect 4th. It creates a lot of tension. And what we need to know if we are playing piano especially is that if you have a tritone, the leading tone, your leading tone of the scale, needs to lead up to C, and then this scale degree 4 should go down to 3. So you have. Isn't that nice? And so we have a common tone. G is in both the C major and the G major chord, so we're going to keep that on G. Well, if we had a full 4 voices, right? The theory is that one of the voices would double up. So that's basically it with the dominant 7 chord. It's an incredibly powerful tool. Let's practice it in a few different keys. Let's practice it in F major. So here's F major, 1, 3, 5. The 5th scale degree is C. The root of the dominant chord is going to be C, E, G, and because there's a B flat in F major, we have to use a B flat. So those are our notes. If I'm in a triad, I have to use C, E, G, and B flat. So I go 1, 5, 1. It's a good idea to practice these in different voicings, just so your hands know what to do. Let's try another key. We're moving around the circle of fifths. So let's start with B flat. If you can see the pattern, the dominant chord this time is going to be F. So we have B flat, D, F, and then our notes for the F dominant chord have to be F, A, C, and E flat because that's what note was added in the key signature. So we have B flat, F, and B flat. Let's go to E flat. So our notes in the E flat 1 chord are E flat, G, and B flat. We have E flat. Dominant chord is B flat, so we have to add an A flat. And so on and so forth. Let's go into sharp land. If we're in G major, our dominant chord is going to be D. And again, D major itself has a C sharp, but because we're not in the key of D major, this is a dominant chord, it has to be C natural. And then I would voice it differently. I would do something like this. And then one last one for the sharp side, A major. Dominant chord would be E. And here's what I also like to think about. Whatever the root of your dominant chord is, the dominant note is going to be one whole step down, which is also a point of tension in this chord, right? So if we are in A major, and we have E dominant, and then A major. So that's your very basic introduction to major scales with dominance. Now, remember in the minor scales video how we had a harmonic minor scale and we had a raised leading tone, for example, the reason we have that raised leading tone is so that we can have a major dominant chord in a minor key. Because if we do 1-5-1 using all of the notes in the key signature, it's not going to have the same kind of pull. So for example, if we did C minor, it sounds really cool, but it's not going to have the same kind of tension as, and I even put the 7th in there. I hope you found this helpful. If you have questions, please let me know. I would love to clarify or make sure that you have all the resources you need. I'm going to put links to a document that you can check out in the description that will help you visualize more of what we discussed in this video today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay mindful, stay musical, and stay out of trouble.